is a presentation of Fox Sports.
We are Fox Sports. We are San Diego.
Oh, Sundays are special whether on land or sea. As we welcome you to baseball at beautiful Petco Park. We sail into the upper deck where our Marine recruits will make it all the more exciting today. It's U.S. Coast Guard Appreciation Day as the New York Mets and San Diego Padres conclude their three-game series. And good afternoon, everyone, along with Mark Grant and Mr. Padre Tony Gwynn. Dick Enberg, please, you're with us. Sunday, fun day. Let's see if we can get some run day. The Padres have been taxed out in that bullpen. They've come through, but Bud Black needs some healthy arms. 7 1/3 innings last night.
Yeah, and it's, it puts a lot of pressure on today's star, Jason Marquis, to give him some innings. Yeah, you're right, Dick, 7 1/3 innings. They only gave up 2 runs, though. I thought they threw pretty well, but we're going to need a good start today from Jason Marquis.
Yeah, Brad Boxberger did a fine job. Corey Burns, major league debut, throwing that changeup, and of course Brad Brock doing a yeoman's job out there in the bullpen. But sometimes it's just not based on performance. As we take a look at the deal, Miles Michaelis, recall from Tucson, Corey Burns option to Tucson. It wasn't because of the bad performance. Sometimes guys, they just need arms. So Corey Burns gets the short end of the stick. For a roster move, they need some fresh arms in that bullpen because Jason Marquis, if he doesn't go deep, they need some fresh arms in that bullpen.
And Marquis has been, even in tougher outings, he's gone 6-7 innings, and Bud Black needs that. He does have Luke Gregerson, the setup man, and Houston Street available today.
Yeah, and the one thing I'll guarantee you this, and you guys know Jason Marquis, he probably went to Bud Black today and said, You know what, Skip, I want to go at least 7 innings. If I'm getting my head beat in out there, just leave me. Maybe I can find a groove, because he has done that as well. Yeah. So we'll see how far Jason Marquis goes.
And he's heavily motivated. After all, he grew up on Staten Island, New York, very near the New York Mets ballpark. Well, Chase Headley, big home run last night, continues to field and hit here in the month of August. Can he chase a Padre victory on this Sunday at Petco? And select members of the U.S. Coast Guard are on the field as the Padres take the field, looking in from the park at the park. And each Padres starter then will shake hands with the Coast Guard member that's at that position. You know, the Coast Guard is actually older than the U.S. Navy. 222 years ago it was officially formed, and the Navy some 8 years later. And you know, they save 12 lives per day. They respond to 64 search and rescue cases a day. They screen commercial vessels and crew and passengers. They protect, they enforce, and they provide us with the security of knowing there is somebody standing by to help out when we're offshore. Well, Terry Collins and Bud Black, they've set their lineups. Rubber game of the 3-game series, and here are the Mets. Ruben Tejada continues to hit. Watch out on Sundays, hitting .395. Jordany Valdespin had a big hit last night. David Wright, one of the tough batters in the league. Ike Davis has the power. Daniel Murphy 4 for 4 last night. Jason Bay, interesting. Look at the last 3 names. Jason Bay, Mike Baxter, Rob Johnson, all former Padres, and then Matt Harvey. Harvey, the rookie, 2 for 4 in his brief major league appearances. And here is the veteran Jason Marquis. They called him a bulldog and a workhorse, and he'll need to live up to both of those titles today.
Yeah, and chew up some innings, of course. And if he has the sinker working, if he has the slider working, as he said in the pregame show, it's really no secret, Tony. Yeah. He knows the agenda, what he needs to do to take his team deep into the ball game and hopefully walk away. And with the series win, it'd be nice for Jason to win today's game.
With his wife and family rooting him on today on a beautiful Sunday in San Diego. This is one of those postcard days on Coast Guard Sunday.
And be sure, Padre fans, to send out that postcard to either somebody in the Coast Guard or in the military, Marines, Navy, Army. Say hi, tell them you're thinking about them, and thank them for their service.
73-degree day. Youngsters and old-timers here to watch the game. The Padres defensively have Quentin, Maven, and Venable in the outfield. Headley and Alonso at the corners. Cabrera and Amarista, the double play combo, with John Baker behind the plate and Marquis on the mound. Ruben Tejada leads it off as you look at plate umpire Ed Hickox with Conroy, Carlson, and Hernandez on the bases. Tejada, 5th best batting average in the major leagues on Sunday, hitting .395. Takes ball 1. We're underway. Overall, hitting a flossy .321. Only 1 home run. He rarely hits a home run. And he swings through that fastball, kind of diving away.
Almost like a wiffle ball out of the hand of Jason Marquis. If he's got that going, he's going to have himself a good afternoon.
Padres in their Sunday camos. Very popular jerseys, the biggest seller of any of the Padre merchandise. Kids really like that uniform.
Yeah. You know what I like? Have you ever seen the Navy guys and women wear the blueberries? Did you ever see those? I like those. I think that would look good in a Padre.
They have a set of those.
They do?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Prominent SD on the uniform. And, of course, with the encouragement of Major League Baseball and the Padres being the prime example, other Major League teams more and more have gone about saluting our military at baseball activities.
Yeah, we were first.
Oh, believe it.
Guys are proud to wear that uniform.
Absolutely.
Oh, there's Tejada. Sunday hitting. Solid single up the middle. But Grant, our Lexus keys to the game.
How about an all-you-can-eat special? We're talking innings. As we mentioned in the open, Jason Marquis will have to help out the bullpen, who's been taxed lately, the last few games. Let's hope he can go deep into the game and get a quality start. And Harvey Wallbangers. Matt Harvey, the rookie on the mound. Time for the Padres bats to get to youngster Matt Harvey and get him out of that game early.
Tejada now at first base. His hitting streak extended to 11 in a row. That's his career best. Jordany Valdespin, the hitter, pulls back and takes a strike. Has some power, this young man. Some chance from the Marines up in the right field corner. And the count goes to 2 strikes.
We were talking last night about Tejada, the job he's done replacing Jose Reyes. He's not really a speed guy, but he's a guy who consistently takes a nice swing. We saw it last night. He had a couple of hits and leads off this game with a base hit right up the middle.
Swing and a miss. A changeup as Valdespin way out in front. Marquis with his first strikeout.
Yeah, that changeup from Marquis just spins Valdespin right into the ground. Way out in front of it.
Same arm action after throwing that sinker in there, and he comes with that same arm action and a changeup.
Here's David Wright, a .328 hitter. On the road, has the second best batting average of any major league hitter. .359 away from New York. Well, a good sign early. All 3 hitters have pounded a pitch into the batter's box, so that sinker might be working.
It certainly is. And that first pitch to David Wright was right along that same line, Dick.
But Wright has hit Marquis at a .412 pace. A couple of home runs.
Now, if he's got that sinker working very well today, the backdoor sinker on the outside corner is going to be a big pitch for Marquis.
There goes the runner. Pitch is taken. Baker's throw is in time. Solid toss by Baker on a laser line right to Amarista for the out.
It looked like Tejada got a great jump on that too, but Baker comes up and puts the throw right on the bag.
A short lead from Tejada as you took a look at his lead. Nice block also. See the block right there by Cabrera?
On the outside corner, and the count goes 1-2 to David Wright. Takes a lot of pitches, Wright. Walks, well, he's their version of Chase Headley. He's walked 65 times this year. Headley 61 times. They're both in the National League top 5.
Guys, you know what I liked? Amarista covering at second base, just buried his knee in front of second base, preventing Tejada to get to the bag. Nicely done.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Ooh, just outside, says plate umpire Ed Hickox, and our Fox track supports that.
Still a great 2-strike pitch. You got to be pretty disciplined to lay off that. And you see the last mark right off the outside corner and down.
Struck him out. A good first inning for Jason Marquis with a couple of strikeouts. Here comes Amarista, Cabrera, and Headley for the Padres. Presents Padres Baseball, brought to you by AT&T, the largest 4G network, AT&T. Rethink possible. And by Petco, where the healthy pets go. And welcome back to beautiful Petco Park on this Sunday. The Padres and Mets conclude their season's series. Padres looking for a win today, and that would equal the series at 3-3. Sixth year for Harry Bud Black, and here's his lineup against the rookie Matt Harvey. Amarista and Cabrera will lead it off. Then Headley in the third spot. Carlos Quentin cleanup. Yonder Alonso, Will Venable, two left-handed bats back-to-back before Cameron Maben hits seventh. John Baker in the eighth spot, and Marquis, a good hitter. He's 6 for 22. That works out at 273. First look at young Harvey. He's 23 years of age. 6'4", 225, a number one draft pick just 2 years ago out of the University of North Carolina. They say he has the electric stuff. Swing and a miss by Amarista. Falls to a 2-strike count.
Watched him work a couple of innings in his last start. I think it was against the Diamondbacks. And he is. He's sneaky. He's got a good fastball, good slider.
That's a heavy ball right there.
94 on the fastball upstairs.
And according to the scouting reports, talking to some scouts before the game, he's just getting warmed up because he hit 97, 98 in his major league debut. Tremendous upside, Matt Harvey.
Ground ball to the right side. At Murphy, over to Davis, one away. Here's the defense for the Metropolitans. In the outfield, it's Jason Bay, Valdespin, and Baxter. On the infield, right, Tejada, Murphy, and Davis around the horn. Former Padre last year, Rob Johnson behind the plate. And 23-year-old Matt Harvey on the mound. In his first two starts, Harvey struck out 18. No Met had ever done that in their first two major league starts, including Tom Seaver, who's tied for this lead with Dick Selma and Bill Dennehy. They struck out 13 in their first two games. Harvey went by that and kept right on going. Changeup. So he's showing that he's got all the pitches here early.
Yeah, the fastball we saw, the changeup was just there, a curveball and also a slider. And Tony, you made a good point when he was taking his warm-ups in between innings. He goes from the first base side of the rubber.
Line drive, right field, and it'll fall for a base hit. Cabrera's going to gamble on two. Good arm for Baxter, but it's not in time as Cabrera with a one-out double to right.
Nice job there by Cabrera, who made up his mind he was going to go for two right out of the batter's box. Like a little two-seam or a changeup. He's a little bit out in front of this. Hits it off the end, but puts it in a perfect position, and he never hesitated coming around first base. He knew he was going to go ahead and try to get for two, and he gets there easily.
Yeah, the one thing I picked up on, Tony, is that right fielder, and you know a lot about right field, but he saw right in front of him Baxter had to go a long way to get to that baseball, so why not turn it on?
Headley fouls off the first pitch. Cabrera, who doubled yesterday, last night, doubles again today, now has 14. Cabrera, Padres trying to get a run here early. Mets have a habit of scoring the first run. In fact, in their last 10 games of this road trip, this is the final game of a long 11-game trip away from New York. They've scored first 8 of the 10 games. And 36-18 when they score first on the season. High fly ball to right field. That's hit pretty well. That's going to chase Baxter back to the wall. He leaps, and it is caught by a fan leaning over, but they're going to rule it a home run. 2-run home run. Chase Headley touches them all, and the Padres lead it 2-0. Headley on a home run tear of late. That's number 15.
Glenn had mentioned he worked from the first base side of the rubber, and that's a two-seamer that doesn't break a whole lot, and Chase Headley is right on it. And it's just a matter of whether it was going to get over that scoreboard or not, and you see, there it is.
Yeah, it gets over that auxiliary scoreboard, and that is, in fact, a home run. A good effort by Mike Baxter. Chase Headley going back-to-back. Last night, And then today, nice.
Home run, the last at bat last night.
Yeah, 2 straight at bats. He's gone deep.
Now that's really measuring a home run because that's right in the ledge. A couple of feet on that ledge atop the auxiliary scoreboard. That's enough for the home run and a 2-0 lead. Quentin fouls that one back. Headley now with 15 homers. His high coming into this season was 12 3 years ago.
Home run he hit last night to left center, hit the top of the wall and bounced out. So homer's a homer.
Absolutely.
He'll take it.
And Quentin chases strike 3. That's right. Nothing wrong with the Petco Park dimensions. That's a home run.
That's exactly right.
Well, it seems to be the obvious, but after all the talk and rumors that surrounded Chase Headley and the trade deadline and all, and it had to take something out of just emotionally and mentally and overthinking as Alonso fouls it away. And he's just up there. Look at him. He's more relaxed, and it's showing in his play on the field and at the plate.
I agree. I just think that when you go through, you get close to the trade deadline, when you hear your name bandied about, it has to have a little bit of an effect on you. And now that we've gotten past the deadline, he's relaxed, he can go out and play.
And the pitch itself, Tony, just to elaborate, that was a good fastball in the inner part of the plate low. He got to it quickly.
Alonso, one hopper, and it's 2-1. Alonso picked up another of his favorite hits, a double last night. Now has 30 on the season to lead the Padres and lead all National League play rookies. High fly ball, left field shallow. That's a long run for Bay. He gets there. And the inning's over. But Everett Cabrera lit the fuse with a double, and Headley exploded for the home run, and the Padres lead 2-0. Two nothing. The Padres tag a home run on young Matt Harvey, his first major league homer allowed. Chase Headley giving the San Diego Padres a 2-0 lead as we go to the top of the second. Marquis to face Ike Davis, then Daniel Murphy and Jason Bay. Davis only a .212 average, but 20 home runs.
He had a couple of knocks last night. First hit in the second inning before Edinson Volquez had some control trouble.
Yeah, I guess Edinson had a blister on his thumb. He talked about that in the postgame. And, of course, we didn't find out until after the fact, but he didn't have that release point down there.
He didn't. And as well as he's pitched here lately, it was really surprising to see him have trouble with command like he did last night. So now I understand why.
And we can't speculate because we don't know until after the fact. So, but he just didn't have it working last night. Hopefully next time out he twirls a gem.
The other part of that is, it doesn't matter how good or bad or mediocre you are, you have an outing like that.
Absolutely.
I mean, Tom Seaver had them. Nolan Ryan had them. There are days where you just don't have the right stuff, and maybe it's a good thing that you don't pitch well into the game. You just get some innings in. That's a looping fly ball. Right foot Cameron Maven off the bat of Davis for the first out. And we remind you, the NFL is back and right around the corner. Fox's preseason coverage begins on Thursday, August 16th. As you can see, it'll be the Bengals taking on Matt Ryan and the Falcons. Then on Friday the 17th, Matt Stafford and the Lions head to Baltimore. They're going to face Ray Lewis and that Ravens defense. Coverage of both games begins at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 o'clock Pacific, only on Fox. Daniel Murphy, a perfect 4 for 4 last night. Spraying the ball around, this left-handed hitter.
Murphy put on a clinic last night.
Kind of hitting that Tony Gwynn, I'm sure, enjoyed.
He his first time up, he hit a base hit to right center and then base hit in a 5.5 hole, hit one inside the line at third base. And he was a guy who was struggling early in the year.
2 balls and a strike.
Now hitting over 300.
Ball's hit well. Long run for Maven, but he's got a beat on it in right center. Couple of steps from the warning, from the wall out there as he grabs it on the warning path. A long out. As our friend Mark Grant would say, AB.
That's right. We got a man there who's been there for what, about 170 years.
Mr. AB.
That's right.
Jason Bay comes up.
That's what an absolutely gorgeous day. Not a cloud in the sky, a little bit of a breeze, 72 degrees at first pitch.
Nice turnout here at Petco. Been good crowds for the weekend. Hope you've made plans for the Cub Series. Starts tomorrow night, Tuesday night, then Wednesday afternoon. Some good seats available. Eric Stoltz will get the start tomorrow night.
Man,
what's wrong with that one?
I guess down the middle doesn't count today.
Jason Bay hitting just 156, but against Jason Marquis, he's hitting 356 with 5 home runs.
Our friends from Southland Technology like that last pitch. You can see our Fox tracks. Jason Marquis doing a fine job of keeping the ball down to Jason Bay.
Two balls, 2 strikes to Bay. Bases empty, 2 outs here in the Mets' second inning, and the Padres lead 2-0.
Wow.
Oh, it's just on the black, but not getting the call.
And again, a 2-strike. This is a perfect 2-strike pitch right there.
Yeah, how do you lay off that, Tony?
And you have to be disciplined. It's just a hair off the outside corner, but most guys are going to swing at that.
Swings at that one, and down he goes. 3 strikeouts for Marquis through the first 2 innings. Here comes Venable and the Padres to hit. Bottom of the second. Back with a great statue of Tony Gwynn out there in the park at the park. Reminder, Jerry Coleman Day, presented by Scripps Health. Now mark this down, Saturday, September 15th. September 15th. There's the Colonel. Join the Padres in celebrating his legendary baseball, broadcasting, and military career. Be in your seat 30 minutes early because it's going to be a terrific pregame ceremony before the Padres play the Rockies. Tickets available now at Padres.com, 619-795-5555. First pitch hunting is Venable, a long drive to right center field, and that ball's up against the fence at the 400 mark, and Venable's got his eyes on a triple. Here comes the relay to third, and he's in. Venable wasting no time and picks on that first pitch and drives it deep to right center.
Well, not a bad pitch by Harvey, but Will Venable right on it. And just like Cabrera, as soon as it left the bat, you knew he was going to go for three. He just put his head down, came around second base, lays out to third base for the triple.
So we're doing out. The Mets will play the infield back up the middle, and right is deep at third. Davis now backs off at first, so they'll give up the run on a ground out here. Cameron Maben checks in today at 2-11. Chance for him to pick up his 32nd run batted in. Ball carrying on this sunny Sunday.
Here's where the Padres really did a good job Friday night. When they got in these situations, they executed.
High fly ball off the first base area into foul territory, and Davis squeezes the first out. Now Maben unable to get the run in on and out, but here's a chance for John Baker.
You guys, we often talk about the line drive here at Petco Park. I think Will Venable is the perfect example. If he gets under that ball just a little bit more, it probably hangs up there and possibly could be caught. So it's so important. You know, if the home run's not going to be there, the line drives are huge, and that's where the triple comes into play.
Well, this has been the whole philosophy of Phil Plantier in setting up back in spring training, using line drives for hit in the alley. That's just what the doctor ordered. Alonzo Powell, the assistant batting coach, used the middle of the field.
I think especially in day games, these guys feel a little bit more comfortable doing that in this ballpark.
So the infield now draws in. They're going to try to cut off the run at the plate. Right, Tejada on the left side. Murphy and Davis, the right side of the Mets infield. Baker trying to get something through or over them.
The Mets gave him an opportunity to infield back. It may have been hitting, but now with 8-9 coming up to the plate.
2-1.
Sure, they know the guy on deck's a pretty good hitter too, even though he's a starting pitcher today.
Hey, and Baker's thinking, you know what, I just need to fight something off. If he comes in and jams me, the infield in.
Exactly right. He did that Friday night.
Went to left field.
He just got jammed, got it over the shortstop's head for a base hit.
And you got to love the socks today on John Baker. He's making a fashion statement. Love that. That's going old school, Tony.
I told you back in the day, that's where your pants were cut. You didn't have a choice of pulling them down. So
high stirrups. Another pop-up. Back is short. Shallow left. Bay a long run in and makes the catch. With the infield drawn in, the shortstop Tejada wasn't going to get there, and Bay able to sprint toward the infield, make the play. So the Padres unable to get the run in on and out. So it's up to Marquis himself to try to add to this 2-0 lead. Has one RBI. It's the Padres 6 for 22. Had a couple of hits last game against Cincinnati, including a double.
Think maybe a squeeze here, team?
Well, I saw Murphy tell Harvey, the starting pitcher, hey, be aware of the bunt here.
Swing and a miss. Overhand curveball that time from Harvey. Grew up in Groton, Connecticut, where he played high school ball for his dad, was the baseball coach. And was the Connecticut High School Player of the Year. Of course, another Easterner from Staten Island, New York at the plate. gets his rips.
You know, the pregame show when they had Jason Marquis talking about, there's no secret today. My slider, my sinker. I want to get that on a loop, and just a continuous loop, and just listen to that all day. I love that.
Oh, he chases the high fastball, and that's pretty good pitching by Matt Harvey. A leadoff triple by Venable, but the Padres can't get him home. It remains 2-0.
As Padres right now 2-0 over the Mets. This is Coast Guard Appreciation Day here at Petco Park, and joining me right now is Petty Officer 2nd Class DOMONIC ESTES. Dominic, first of all, thank you for your service, my friend.
Definitely.
Tell me about, you were honored before the game. You and a number of people were honored before the game because of that mission you guys were on to save that 42-foot boat.
Yeah, definitely. It was. First off, it's a great honor to be recognized here today. It's a gorgeous day in San Diego, and so many fans out here. We're just really grateful for this opportunity and for the appreciation.
What was it like going out there to rescue the folks off that boat? It must have been kind of scary in a way.
Well, yeah, definitely. I mean, fear's definitely the first thing that comes across, but, this is something that we train for day in and day out. And, we're just lucky that we were there, and we were able to help the situation.
What amazed me finding out before the game is you guys save about 12 lives per day.
Yeah, believe it or not, the Coast Guard, with all the many missions that we do, we kind of dip our toe in many different facets of the maritime industry, so.
I know you want to get out of the uniform, so I appreciate you staying in the uniform while we talk. Enjoy the rest of the game, all right, buddy? Thanks for your service. Appreciate it. Fellas, back up to you.
All right, thank you, CS. First pitch, Mike Baxter sends to left fielder Carlos Quentin for an out. So Baxter's run of getting on base without a base hit ends. 5 walks last night. Most ever by a New York Met in a 9-inning game.
Yeah. I had to double check last night, guys. I was looking at my scorecard when Mike Baxter walked the 5th time. I was like, whoa, is that right? 5 times?
You look at the box score. Didn't he play? 0-0.
How you doing?
Rob Johnson traded a Padre uniform for a Mets uniform, free agent after the season. Hitting pretty well for the Mets, 256. Rob hit only 190 with the Padres last year. He ran into a couple, 3 home runs.
You talk about a guy with the right attitude and knows his role. That's Rob Johnson. Sure, he struggled last year, but I'll tell you what, talk about a guy who would do his best trying to block balls, call a good game. He's a battler.
Count goes to 2-2.
It seems like he always gets a job every year, because he brings a lot of things to the table other than just swinging the bat. He's calls a good game, blocks balls.
And you need that for a backup
Absolutely.
catcher to
Yeah,
spell
you do.
your everyday guy.
And a lot of times you need that backup guy to be able to work with your starter.
Fouls that off. It remains at 2-2.
Here's where Marquis has been outstanding today so far. You know, he's gotten a couple of 2-strike counts, and he's thrown the perfect pitch with 2 strikes, and the hitter has taken it. And he's come back to throw that same pitch again, 3-2, and he struck out, you know, both David Wright and Jason Bay.
Sharp shot right at Cabrera at short. The skip and the flip. And Johnson, who runs well for a catcher, out 6-3, 2 away. And we invite you to watch the Padres and the Giants coming up Friday, August 17th. That'll be a 7:05 game. Get there early. Pre-game party at the park is always on Friday nights. And then stay for another spectacular post-game fireworks show. Get your tickets at Padres.com, or you can call 619-795-5555. Well, Matt Harvey, in his debut as a big leaguer, all he did was strike out 10 and get 2 base hits. That has never happened in modern baseball history. A pitcher debuts and strikes out 10 and gets a couple of knocks. So he's in the history book right off the bat.
Yeah, that's a real complete game right there.
And that's a complete athlete as far as I'm
He's
concerned.
doing
too,
it
huh?
on both ends. 10 strikeouts
Man.
and 2 knocks.
One and 2. So with the help of the arm of Baker to throw out Tejada trying to steal after the leadoff man singled, Marquis with a chance to go through the order the first time and face only 9 batters. 2-2. In the Padres, after Corey Burns made his major league debut last night in relief, have sent him back to Tucson, called up Miles Michaelis. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 4 strikeouts for Marquis. 3 innings, 9 up and 9 gone. It's 2-0 Padres.
You know, the Michaelis, Boxberger, Brock, Vincent, Burns, you know, those guys are cutting their teeth. You know, this is all part of becoming a member of a major league staff. It doesn't happen overnight where a guy gets called up and he spends the next 12 years in the major leagues as a relief pitcher or any player. There's a process, and based on team needs and what's going on in the present, dictate a lot of these moves, as you guys know. So. And you know what? This is one of them.
All right, the skipper referring to Corey Burns, who pitched an inning and 2/3 in his major league debut out of the pen last night, then optioned back to Tucson so that Michaelis, a fresh arm, is available in the pen today. And that's the situation. The Padres needing someone who's ready today, and they thought maybe Burns wouldn't be because he worked last night. Amarista sends a high fly ball, and center fielder Valdespin is there for the first out. Brings up Everett Cabrera.
And remember earlier in the year, Nick Vincent, remember he got called up. He was up in the bullpen, almost getting into a game. They sat him down because they didn't need him, and then he got sent out the next day. So, hey, it's just one of those deals. It's a revolving door, and, you know, Buddy lets them know that.
Yeah.
It's not really going to catch him by surprise.
All the way to the screen, Cabrera doubled down the right field line and scored on Headley's home run in the first inning. It doesn't deny these kids, though, like Burns last night. He's been to the big leagues.
Yeah. Gives them a little bit of taste, huh? It always goes down smooth here in San Diego.
It makes you hungrier, too.
Absolutely.
Oh, bunt, but right back to the mound, Harvey. And Cabrera had dragged that a little more toward first, so they had a better chance, but that was too easy for Harvey to throw him out. 2 outs to Headley. Consecutive home runs for Headley. Homered last night in the 9th, and here's his high fly ball that just catches the porch atop the auxiliary scoreboard and right for home run number 15. He now has 60 runs batted in. He's got a chance to be in the 20s and 100 RBIs this year. And amongst major league third basemen, he has the 4th best on base percentage.
I'll guarantee you one thing. Looks like Harvey's going to throw that fastball down and away.
Not coming in.
And go soft maybe with a curveball. I'd like to welcome Gloria Steinem to the game.
Change up, 2-2. It's a day for the Bonnets. Ladies here in attendance. .55-footer, 3-2. Well, that makes the game official. The count is 3-2 on Chase Headley.
This guy's had a few too many. Where does that crooked?
Fielding the sun.
I know.
You can never get too many baseball experience.
That's right.
So full count on the count of the Padres. And ball 4. So another walk. Headley knows the way. That's his 62nd of the season.
Hey, bring the family out to Petco Park for Nickelodeon Play Ball Day featuring the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on Saturday, August 18th. Get to the park early and meet the Ninja Turtles. Starting at 3 p.m. before your Padres take on the San Francisco Giants. First pitch is at 5:35. Get your tickets now at Padres.com or get on the horn at 619-795-5555.
Thank you much. Some of those kids digging for a ninja out there. Never know. Well, I'm glad you guys clarified the caught stealing rule and the interpretation as we left the park on Friday night. I know you did that yesterday, that Cabrera is still alive in terms of his consecutive stolen base. So that ball gets away from the catcher, Johnson, and on to second, Headley. So he's in scoring position for Carlos Quentin. Wild pitch, Harvey.
Slider, it looked like he just held on to it a little bit too long. Johnson wasn't able to come up with it, and Chase Headley puts himself in scoring position.
You know, after a second look, I thought that was a pretty catchable ball.
Yeah, it has been ruled a pass ball.
Has it? Gotcha.
Quentin a chance to pick up Headley and add to the 2-0 lead. Struck out the first time. In the dirt again. Good stop by Johnson.
They did this last night to Carlos Quentin. They really didn't give him many fastballs to hit. They threw change-ups. Here Harvey's throwing him 2 breaking balls in a row. Just really haven't decided to challenge Carlos Quentin because they know, you know, he can handle the fastball.
You hit well, up and down the lineup, but your most consistent spot in the order?
Second. I love to be in that position where you could play hit and run, you could bunt, you could, you know, whatever they asked you to do, you could try to do.
Out of play. And who were some of the hitters, the best hitters behind you hitting third?
Ken Caminetti was good. Greg Vaughn was really good too. Early in my career, Steve Garvey hit behind me.
How about leadoff hitters enabling you to do those things, getting on base? Wiggins, of
Alan
course.
Wiggins, Ricky Henderson. You know, had some of the best guys who've ever led off hit in front of you.
So that's the chemistry, folks, of a batting order when you have outstanding players, and how, you know, they feed off one another, build off the chemistry that builds, so that you've got somebody you just can't pitch around to Quentin here because there's somebody right behind him that'll punish you for walking him.
And same thing on the other side with David Wright. You know, we talked about how many walks he has.
That ball lined to right center field, and there's no one there. That's going to go all the way to the screen. Headley scores. Quentin to second. 3-0 San Diego.
Like they challenged him that time with a fastball, and Carlos Quentin went right up the gap in right center field.
27th RBI for Quentin, and the Padres with a 3-0 lead. The 2-out walk to Headley. The pass ball sets up the RBI double.
Ever since Carlos Quentin's come off the DL, remember that game in Chicago? He pulled the ball and he went to the opposite field. You talk about a nice short quick stroke going to right center field. We just saw it again right there. Pitching coach Dan Warthen out to settle down Matt Harvey just a little bit.
Yonder Alonso's the hitter. Maybe he's got another double in his bat today. 30 total on the season. That double last night was his 100th hit of the season. Second Padre to hit the century mark behind Headley.
Alonso just looks to have gotten more comfortable as the year has gone on. Earlier in the year, he was, you know, feeling, trying to get his stroke together, and at this point in the season, his first full year of playing every day, I just really like his swing. I think he's going to really be a good hitter in this ballpark and for the Padres.
2-0. Quentin at second. Oh, on the outside corner, says plate umpire Hickox.
And Tony, to elaborate on your point, that just takes repetition, getting in the cage, seeing big league pitchers every day, 3 or 4 at bats.
And there's going to be ups and downs, and you got to learn how to handle both.
Pitch was off the plate, but strike call. 2-1. Change up. 2-2. The other part, Tony, is the fact that we've seen throughout this season his maturity in knowing that strike zone, and he's walked 40 times.
Yep.
That's second on the team.
And again, those are the types of things you learn when you're thrown out there every day. You're going to get a better understanding of the strike zone, of the umpires, of how they're going to pitch you, how they're going to play you defensively.
That ball is hit well to center field. That goes VALDESPIN. Touch 'em all! Alonso makes it 5-0.
Boy, that's what I was talking about. You can see how comfortable he's starting to get. And he's a guy that uses the whole field. You know, we talked about the 30 doubles. You know, a lot of those are going to the left center field gap. You know, this one, he stays right on it and takes it right back where it came from, hits it over the wall in center field. Just doesn't get much better than that kind of position, that kind of swing.
Sweet sound off the bat of Alonso. Home run number 6. 2 more RBIs. And the Padres build their lead to 5. 3 runs with 2 outs. They're taking a page out of the Mets book. The Mets lead the majors with the most runs scored with 2 outs. Padres with 3 with 2 outs today in this 3rd inning. Venable pops it back out of play. He tripled the right center his last at bat. So the Padres using the home run ball. 2 home runs, a triple, and a double. Of their 5 hits, all extra bases.
And the thing I look at is with each run scored, it gives that little bit of cushion for Jason Marquis to stay out there. A little bit more wiggle room. He gets into trouble, make one pitch and get out of it. And that will enable him, because of the 5 runs, to go deep into this ball game.
We saw last night what Jeremy Hefner did once he got that 4-run lead in the 2nd inning. And he just kind of cruised along, working ahead, being able to mix up his pitches. That gives Jason Marquis the same opportunity.
Slip foul into the 2nd tier. Well, the Padres play the Cubs Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday afternoon, go on the road for a week. And then if you're looking ahead, purchasing your tickets, of course, you purchase them early and they're better prices. The Giants are going to be in for 3 later this month, and the Pirates. Swing and a miss, and a good fastball gets Venable. But the Padres, a 2-out walk to Headley. Quentin, an RBI double. Alonso goes the distance to center field. It's 5-0. Today, 2 doubles, a triple, and 2 home runs, and a 5-0 lead. Let's go to our Geico quote of the game from Yonder Alonso, who has just clubbed that home run. Defense at first base is, for me, underrated. It's a crucial position, obviously, defensively. If you have a defensive first baseman, it's a huge advantage, and if he can hit and play defense, boy, is that a bonanza. That's Bud Black on Yonder Alonso. And that's another phase of the game, Tony. Yep. You're talking about his hitting improving. How about the fielding?
Yeah, he's made some really nice plays here in this series alone. A couple of double play balls he scooped out of the dirt. Chase Headley's throw last night, he did the same thing.
Swing and a miss.
Yeah, it's just repetition, getting the opportunity to do these things.
0-2 on Tejada. Here's last Friday night, the play he makes. Headley, the bare hand, then he skips the throw and dug out with a backhand snare by Alonso. That was a tough hop. Swing and a miss, and Tejada is gone. 5 strikeouts for Marquis. He's in rhythm.
Well, the one thing that sticks out to me is that slider and the high fastball. That one was by design.
All right, Saquon Day, and it really is daycation. Strikeout highlight. Tejada, 5 men have been rung up by this veteran right-hander. JORDANY VALDESPIN, he struck out the first time. Marquis' top strikeout performance against the Rangers. He fanned 10 back in mid-June.
You know, there's something about, and Tony, you can elaborate on this, and Dick as well, but there's something about VALDESPIN that is just intriguing to me when I see him. Sure, it's his talent, you know, his confidence, but I think this guy's got a real chance to be an impact type guy with the way he swings the bat, the way he approaches. I know I haven't seen him that long, but there's just something about him.
24-year-old rookie from the Dominican. He's got a poetic last name too, VALDESPIN. High pop up, shallow and right. Amarista calling. And makes the catch in front of right fielder Venable.
And one thing I like about VALDESPIN, as soon as that ball was caught, he was halfway to second base.
He's got power and speed.
Yeah.
He's the package.
Well, they like him.
Well, you can follow Fox Sports San Diego's coverage of the Padres with MLB.com at Bat 12 for your Windows Mobile, your Android, your iPad, your iPhone. Get live audio, pitch tracking, video highlights in HD and more. Text at BAT 31826 or visit Padres.com to get details. David Wright takes a strike. He struck out his first time. Base is empty, 2 outs here in the 4th, and the Padres in front 5-0. And he punches a ground ball to Amarista. A 1-2-3 inning for Jason Marquis, rolling along on a one-hit shutout. A Sunday highlight, the U.S. Marine Corps hymn applauded by young and old in uniform or out. Great to have Fox Company, USMC, 2nd Recruit Training Battalion, and their drill instructors with us on this Sunday, which is also U.S. Coast Guard Day. And ripping that ball into the left field corner is Cameron Maben. A base hit salute to the Marines as he coasts into second base with a leadoff double. The Padres, it's extra base hits or nothing today. 6 hits, all for extra bases.
Dick, did you just say that Maben coasts into second on Coast Guard Appreciation Day?
Kind of slipped out, yeah.
Nicely done, Mr. Enberg. Tony, good looking swing from Maben.
He only wishes he could have done that the last time. But what a nice swing on that ball. Hits it down the line, and Padres swinging good today.
I'm going to send a postcard to Cameron Maben and say, that was a nice looking swing, kid.
John Baker comes up. He flied to shallow left his first time. Well, it was one of the highlights of the year, and I know we've repeated it, but some of you may not have heard why we're saying postcard on U.S. Coast Guard Appreciation Day.
I love it.
It was an incident that happened in Cincinnati, and our stage manager, we could not find the promotional copy to promote today, the Coast Guard Appreciation Day. So Jason Lewis, our producer down in the truck, verbally gave her the information. Then she wrote it down longhand to give to Mark Grant to read. And she didn't quite hear correctly. And Mark, being the Ron Burgundy of baseball broadcasters, read whatever she wrote. Nice looking hit there by Baker. Slaps it to left field. Maben will hold at third as the Padres have their first single of the game. Runners at first and third. And no one out for Jason Marquis. And so Mark dutifully reads the copy and he gets the line. Don't forget, Sunday, Petco Park, it'll be Postcard Day appreciation. Postcard Day and not Coast Guard Day. She thought it was postcard.
And you know what the ironic thing is? Audrey, who was our stage manager, her husband is a postman.
Oh, that's maybe that was the end of the whole.
But it all worked out.
And awesome. Then you had a terrific idea. Why not have a postcard day where the Padres give away postcards so that when you come to the park you can send a note of good wishes to someone in the military. There's the squeeze by Marquis, the flip to the plate. And out at the plate if he held onto the ball. Yes, he did. As Johnson hangs onto the ball, the bunt try by Marquis was right at the pitcher, and he was able to make the out at home plate.
You know, normally in this situation, Marquis is going to put the bunt down, but it's not like a suicide squeeze or a squeeze play. It's normally just to get the runner to second base, give the next two hitters an opportunity to drive in a run.
You know, Tony, it looked like Cameron Maben, he did not go until the ball was bunted, because on a suicide squeeze, as soon as that pitcher lifts that leg, he is off. Watch Maben kick. He's waiting, secondary lead. Then the ball is bunted. Then he's off. And Johnson does a fine job of blocking home plate with that left foot of his. He hangs onto the baseball for the out.
And Maben slid right into his glove.
Yes.
That was a good job by Johnson.
Normally that runner is starting to walk down that line if it's a squeeze or suicide. He didn't get a great jump on that, and you're able to get him at the plate.
So that's where a runner has to recognize, and that's a judgment call on his part, correct? To where,
again, it's normally he's just trying to get the runner first and third. He's trying to get the runner from first to second base.
So Baker winds up at second, Marquis at first on the fielder's choice, and back to the top of the order, Amarista. He went around strike one. He's grounded to second and fly to center. Padres get a leadoff double by Maben and a single from Baker. But now there's one out and runners are at first and second. No one in yet, but a 5-0 lead here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Wild wave. 95 on that fastball.
that was nice and firm there and straight right on the outside corner. Harvey will have that two-seam action as well sometimes with that fastball.
Mets bullpen busy. Manny Acosta starts to throw. Swung out and missed, strike three. And it's time now for our AT&T trivia question. And let's see what we have for you today. Name the only player to be a member of the original Mets, 62, and the original Padres in 69. Same person, same player. In fact, I understand he might indeed be in the ballpark today, and we'll give you the answer in the half inning. That's quite extraordinary.
That's a good one.
Here's Cabrera, a double and a bunt, tried to bunt, thrown out by the pitcher. So they have two bunts today. The attempt to bunt his way on for a hit, and it went right to the pitcher, Harvey, and Marquis trying to squeeze in the run. Also right to Harvey, halfway between home and first base, and able to flip the ball to his catcher Johnson for the out. Swing and a miss. That changeup's a good one.
Yeah, we saw it from Hefner last night, huh, Tony?
Yeah.
He had a good one. That was his pitch of the evening. And
Yeah.
Harvey just following suit. But obviously Harvey has more plus stuff.
Yeah, his
the fastball.
His fastball is, mid-90s, so
And Hefner threw well.
make that changeup. That changeup was 86, which is kind of hard for a changeup, but it's got sink to it too.
Trouble with the sign, so Johnson goes out to visit with Harvey with Baker, a catcher, certainly knowing all about giving signs and reading signs right behind the pitcher. Marquis at first, 2 outs, 2 on, and the Padres trying to add to that 5-0 lead. One and two. There's a 97 on the heater.
That's easy gas.
Yeah, that's elevated easy gas. It's hard to get on top of that. 20 pitches at 95 miles per hour. And it just goes to show you, sometimes you can throw as hard as you want. If it's in the middle of the plate, it's still going to get hit.
Johnson out of the crouch in a hurry to stab that high fastball. 2-2.
You know, that's not as easy as it looks, that last pitch. 96 going up the ladder. And that ball, it's tough to get a glove on it. Coming out of the crouch like that.
Swing and a miss. Takes the changeup and has his 5th strikeout. Padres get a double single and fail to score in the 4th. Mets batters and has a 5-0 lead as we go to our AT&T trivia question today, which was, one player was a member of the original Mets in '62 and also an original Padre in '69. And with the answer, here's C.S. Keys.
You know, Dick, you said it. You hit the nail right on the head. He was in the stands. Chris Cannizzaro. How you doing, buddy?
Yes, good. Doing good.
Congratulations, number one, on being our trivia answer. But take me back to the '62 Mets and '69 Padres, your memories.
Well, I guess with the Mets, playing for Casey Stengel for 4 years, and the city of New York. I love New York. And I'm a Californian. But I love California a lot.
What about the '69 Padres?
'69 Padres is, I really got a chance to play every day. And I love playing. So, you know, I played for a good manager here in Preston Gomez. We had a young ball club. I was one of the older guys. And I hope I helped. I was helping those new guys.
Now, when you have a game like this, you got the Padres and the Mets. Who do you cheer for?
Both of them. Why not? I'm glad the Padres are winning.
What a self-defense play made by Marquis there. Comebacker off the bat of Ike Davis, and Marquis, how did he get a glove on that? Let's see it again.
And guys, you know what? He could also be another trivia answer too, because he was the first Padre All-Star. Chris, thanks a lot, buddy.
Thank you, CS.
Right, back up to you guys. Thanks, buddy.
All right, thank you, CS and Chris Cannizzaro. Brings back memories.
I think Jason Marquis is kind of looking up in the stands saying, how did I make that play? Because when he gloved it, he kind of, you know, running it over. They had plenty of time to think about it before he gave it up to Alonso for the out.
We talked about it this morning at the instruction. Throwing that pitch and getting in a good fielding position. See, there's the throw, and he just luckily got his glove up there in time to make the play.
That was right at his ear. 12 straight retired by Marquis. And then one to Daniel Murphy, sent a long fly ball to the warning track and straightaway center, captured by Cameron Maben, his first time up. Two balls and a strike. Padres 5, Mets nothing. San Diego trying to take the rubber game of this 3-game set and bring in the Cubs tomorrow night for the first of 3. Now Marquis won't get that, but Cabrera will. The throw in time for the out. Cabrera ranging on the second base side of the bag to throw out Daniel Murphy.
Another good play by this middle infield. Cabrera ranging to the second base side of second base. Not only did he had to get to it, but he had to get himself in position to make a strong throw to first base, which he did.
You know,
another one by the mound. Amarista's turn. A 1-2-3 inning, all on ground outs. One a shot back to the mound, but Marquis took care of business. Fun day, and it started with Chase Headley. First inning, a 2-run homer atop the auxiliary scoreboard, 2-0. Adding to the lead, Carlos hits one to right center, a double. That brought in the Padres' third run, and then yonder, Alonso goes out yonder. A 2-run blast in the third inning. That followed Quentin's double and gave the Padres their 5-0 lead. And Marquis, meanwhile, has retired 14 consecutive Mets batters as we go to the last of the fifth inning. Headley, Quentin, and Alonso scheduled against rookie Matt Harvey. With 2 outs in the third, Headley worked Harvey for the walk, and then Quentin followed with a RBI double, and Alonso with a home run to pad the 2-0 lead, built it to 5. This ball grounded sharply, and Davis with a dive and over to his pitcher for the out as Headley robbed on a good play by the first baseman.
Tony, did I hear her get over there?
Yeah, I heard it.
And that was our instructional today, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely was.
Okay, let's see if you can hear it. Get over there. And you know what? Harvey doing a great job.
Perfect feed by Davis. Harvey able to get to the bag, gave him a good target.
Perfect.
Flipped it to the glove.
Advantage of having that left-handed throwing first baseman, the glove on the side to take the run away or the hit away.
The only thing bad about that is Harvey stepped right on top of the bag. And you can get away with that if you have plenty of time like he did.
In other words, you want to belly out going to first base, so you're running up the right field line. Quentin pulls that right to the third baseman, and right across a little offline, but Davis able to make contact, and there's 2 away.
Yeah, you want to try to hit the inside part of the bag so you don't get spiked. Like you said, Dick, if there's a quick runner, it's going to be bang, bang. That's especially when you hit that inside part of the bag. And then peel off so you don't get run up the backside.
Interesting conversation reported in the UT today, talking with Baker and Alonso about the collision at home plate involving Quentin on Friday night. And Alonso takes a healthy cut there after the home run last time up, his 6th homer of the year. The fact that Baker's saying that basically, and young Gaz Grandal agreeing that they're not going to stand and block totally the home plate. Ripped foul, but they'll give the runner the point of home plate and try to make the catch and tag him on the slide. There's no sense in trying to pull out bravado and be run over by a semi. You teach your kids
in college you have to give them the corner. You can't.
Well, that seems to be make sense.
You can't block the plate. Now, like what happened the other night, sometimes the throw takes you into that position. And when that happens, then you can have contact. But in college, you have to give them part of the play.
Alonso takes inside, 2-2. Let's go back to Friday night. The ball is there in plenty of time as Quentin comes in and jars the ball free. See, he had trouble getting his hand on the play by the catcher is to get your bare hand on the ball and hold it in the glove, but he was fumbling it in the glove, and that allowed Quentin to knock it free.
And the other thing was the throw. In order to get a good hop so he could catch it, it took him into the path of Carlos Quentin, and that's why Carlos Quentin, it was okay to go ahead and hit him because he was in the baseline. And so you have 2 choices. You can go through him or you can go around him. He chose to go through him.
Open season, right?
And he knocked the ball out of his glove.
And of course, Quentin, a high school star as a footballer, as a linebacker and running back, and he knew how to lower the shoulder and pound his way across home plate and get a very important run for the Padres on their way to a 3-1 victory. Ooh, nice swing there from Alonso.
Again, Alonso just looks like he's comfortable now. A couple of off-speed pitches that were out of the zone. Was looking for a fastball, got it, but good swing on it, and he fouled it back.
High pop foul off third, right over, and it's out of play.
Clank. Looks like somebody missed that and they had a glove. Maybe the hot dog vendor got in the way.
Full count. Here it comes again from Harvey. One rookie to Alonso, another. And a drive to right center field. That may be another double. Boy, he's going to have to put a patent on those 2 base hits. Rolls into second base, number 31 for Alonso.
Boy, you talking about a solid AV. He fouled off some pitches. He took some tough breaking balls, but he finally got something that he could handle. The front foot's on the ground, and boy, that barrel's coming through nicely. Palm is up at contact. And that sound, you can hear that crisp sound of the ball hitting the bat.
I'm kind of really surprised as you take a look at the numbers. Yonder Alonso climbing the ladder. Padre rookie leaders.
He's going to be the all-time leader. Venable sends one high to center field. VALDESPIN spinning around and makes the catch in deep center. No runs, a double. A man left. We've completed 5, and it's 5-0 Padres. Padres baseball. Brought to you by Sequan Casino. Sequan's delicious all-you-can-eat surf and turf buffet with prime rib, crab legs, and over 100 selections, only $20.95. And by your San Diego County Lexus dealer, who invites you to test drive a luxurious Lexus automobile today. For more information, visit Lexus.com. And welcome back. Underway, top of the 6th inning, and the Padres with a 5-0 lead. It'll be Baxter, Johnson, and then the pitcher's spot. And Manny Acosta's throwing again in the pen for New York, so presumably we'll see a pinch hitter hitting third in this inning, as Jason Marquis gave up a single to the leadoff hitter Ruben Tejada, singled back through the box, and he was thrown out trying to steal. And there's not been another Mets base runner since. 14 batters in a row retired by Marquis. Baxter, who walked 5 times last night, has the count. That's the first 3-ball count that I can remember.
And up until this point, is this not just what the Padres wanted this afternoon?
Yeah.
Cricket numbers up on the scoreboard, and Jason Marquis starting his 6th inning of work.
He doesn't want to do that. Walk the leadoff man to start the 6th, his first base on balls. So he hasn't pitched from the stretch for a long time. We'll have to now. Well, the Padres on Sunday, August 19th, that's 2 weeks from today, will salute the veterans of the armed services. Come to the park early for the usual special pregame ceremony before the Padres and the Giants play a 105 game. And after the game, kids 14 and under are invited to come to the field for a free batting clinic. Get your tickets at Padres.com or call 619-795-5555. First pitch to Rob Johnson, a strike. He grounded to short his first time. Padres would like to have that same ground ball here in turn 2. Ronnie Cedeno has come out of the dugout with a bat. Let's see if he's the pinch hitter for Matt Harvey. Line drive, center field. Maven is there. Played perfectly for that line drive off the bat of Johnson. And Cedeno introduced into the game.
And this is a situation where Jason Marquis insists upon himself. I need to get through this inning. It's the bottom of the order. It's a pinch hitter. You know, get this guy out, 2 outs, and then the top of the order. But he realizes this is a huge inning for him.
Cedeno.
He's had the good sinking fastball all day. So.
.291 hitter is Cedeno with a couple of home runs. Leadoff hitter Tejada moves into the on-deck circle. Oh, that ball is crushed to left field, and Quentin will watch that one go into the seats. It's a 5-2 game as pinch hitter Cedeno delivers a home run, number 3. Drive off the bat that was aimed toward that little lower deck and left, and he found it. 2 runs for the Mets.
See if it just stays up. And again, that sound. Somebody hits a ball crisply.
And Jason would be the first one to say, you know what, I just didn't get that pitch out there because John Baker was set up down and away, leaked middle in. And as a pinch hitter, you're looking for a pitch right in that zone. And Cedeno got it.
He walked the leadoff man, and that's come back to bite him. For Cedeno, that's his 3rd pinch hit, first home run. The Mets' 8th pinch home run this year. Valdespin has 5, and Scott Hairston has a couple. Cedeno's home run, the 8th, as a pinch hitter. Base is empty, 5-2. Now you think about the chances squandered by the Padres. 3rd inning, they get their 3, but in the 2nd inning they had a leadoff triple from Venable. He couldn't get him home, and they had a double and a single to lead off the 4th, and couldn't get those runners to check in.
So one part about this game, you had hoped that Marquis could keep rolling along, because then you wouldn't second guess yourself or kick yourself for leaving those guys in scoring position. But after that home run, that's usually where your first thoughts go.
pops him up. That's going to be in foul territory. Alonso, a tough play for him. He makes it, knowing that he was about to reach the box seat railing and staring back into the sun. A lot tougher play than might at first appear. 2 outs to JORDANY VALDESPIN.
He made this play look easy, but basket catch right in front of the stands. He made it look easy, but that is not an easy play.
Amarista was chasing over him just in case, but it was Alonso's ball. VALDESPIN is struck out and popped to second. This kid loads up, doesn't he?
I guess that's one of the things that, now that you pointed out, Dick, he's not one of these guys just a little slap. He's not afraid to swing the bat with some authority. Kind of loads up with that leg kick. And
Marquis done a good job keeping him off balance, which, when you're a guy who winds up like he does, usually you're going to see a steady diet of off-speed stuff.
That's in there. 1-2.
Great movement on the two-seamer. Starting it in and breaking, getting the inner third of the plate.
Fox tracks showing that is clearly in the zone.
Change up.
How'd you know that?
Oh, you can smell it from here.
You can smell it,
Yeah.
change it.
Oh, yeah.
I would think that a fastball might give you more of a scent than,
You can
because
smell
it's
that too.
burning
Yeah,
its way in.
absolutely.
You have to have those good olfactories to play this game.
Here comes that two-seamer in.
Ground ball to the right side. Amarista can't get it. And VALDESPIN has the second hit of the inning and the third of the game for the Mets.
Tony VALDESPIN spinning on that one.
Looking for the same thing.
Wow.
That one kind of straightened out a little bit. But he was thinking the same thing. Pulled it in the hole, and Marista unable to keep it on the infield.
Now you've got David Wright, a dangerous hitter, 16 homers and leading the club with 72 RBIs up, and one swing away from giving the Mets, pulling them within 1 run. So hustling to get ready in the bullpen, Alex Hinshaw, a left-hander with Ike Davis due to hit after Wright. Here's the big man to get out right now.
Padres have had all kind of success against David Wright too. 3 for 22 this season. See, in this series he's 0 for 8.
We dare say overdue, Tony?
I wasn't going to. I have to be honest. That's what I'm thinking. Padres have done a great job of keeping him in check.
Ground ball at the shortstop. Cabrera over to Amarista for the out, and the inning is over. But the Mets get 2 runs on the pinch homer by Cedeno. It's a 3-run game. Philadelphia tied at 4 in the ninth. Ryan Howard delivers an RBI single, a walk-off hit for the Phils. Pierre scores, and the Philly fans enjoy a Sunday victory. In the city of brotherly love, Arizona drops to 55 and 53 on the season, and now at this moment 3.5 games behind first place San Francisco here in the NL West. The Giants trying to sweep Colorado, have a big lead 7-1, as you see the numbers on relief pitcher Manny Acosta. Dodgers and Cubs are tied at 1 in the 5th. Cubs then will head down the freeway for the 3-game series tomorrow night. It all begins. Maben has fouled out and doubled into the left field corner.
I'd like to see that Dodger Cub game go about 16 innings and chew up the Cubs bullpen before they come down to San Diego. I like them apples.
No mercy.
Hey, unless they're wearing a Padre uniform,
that's how to play.
You know, I can't say what I'm going to say next.
Okay, good enough. The Cubs are 19 games below 500 as they play today. They're 22 games back of Cincinnati, and the Pirates salvaged the 3rd game of that critical series. They won 6-2 today.
Well, the Padre hitters, now that Manny Acosta is in the ballgame, going to have to show some patience. He can get a little erratic, high on the walk side as compared to innings pitched. Acosta throws a fastball, slider, and a split. Mid-90s on the fastball.
And the leadoff walk to Maben. Tomorrow, Fox Sports San Diego, Padres Weekly. Why don't you join Annie Helbrun for an inside look at how the Padres are prepping for the rest of the season, from the players and coaches to the staff and local legends. Padres Weekly has you covered on all things baseball here in San Diego. Tomorrow, 5:30, Fox Sports San Diego. Followed by the Cubs game with the Padres. It'll be Eric Stoltz against Travis Wood of the Cubs. Baker, line drive single to the left. His last at bat, fly to left field, his first time up. Maben, the club leader in stolen bases with 20. Whoa. Thrown right into the stands.
The fan over there got pretty lucky that ball, Davis can't get to it.
He didn't even get glove on that.
That is a wild pickoff throw.
And it went straight into the stands.
So that moves Maben into scoring position with no one out. That can cost you if you're Manny Acosta.
Nice. I see where you're going there. Love it. Hey, got to get at least one of those runs back.
Got to cash it in. I mean, Mets put 2 runs on the board. Here's an opportunity to get an easy run. You don't have to even get you don't have to get a base hit to get him in.
Baker will try to pull the ball to get that runner to third.
Simple job of execution here.
2-0 pitch, so. And he hits it to left field, but that's going to be caught. Jason Bay able to wrap up the line drive off the bat of Baker, so no advance by Maben. 1 away. Padres have a couple of home runs, 2-run blast today by Headley and Yonder Alonso, but they have really suffered in that runs and scoring position department. 3 for 11, but there have been occasions where even a ground out would have gotten a run. Marquis again in a position to help himself. Oh, that's a good looking bunt. Acosta, throw to first. In time.
No.
Ike Davis scooping up the low throw. First base umpire DJ Rayburn says, Marquis, you're out of there. No argument from the Padre pitcher. Boy, that's a good play by the pitcher Acosta.
It's a great play by Acosta, but he did get him.
Yeah, just did.
Man, that's bang, bang. Yeah, you're right. He got him. What a great job by Marquis. And you know what? Credit Acosta. He sure was a short. Credit everybody.
Yeah.
Dick Enberg, I credit you.
Good play all the way around.
You're awesome. Tony Gwynn, you're the best.
And Marista is one of the Padres, along with Marquis, without a base hit today. He inherits this 2-out with a runner at third opportunity. He's grounded out to second, fly to center, and struck out. Let's see. Big 3-for-4 night last night with an RBI. Two outs here in the sixth. Padres 5 and the Mets 2. We've had 3 two-run homers, 2 by the Padres and 1 by pinch hitter Cedeno of the Mets.
I want to make a note that Maben can get as far off third base as Wright is playing off third base.
Pops him up, shallow in center. VALDESPIN with the final out, so the Padres another opportunity, can't cash in. So we go to the 7th. It's still 5-2.
Top of the 7th inning, and Mark Sweeney, Mike Pomeranz with you, coming up in the postgame show. A lot to get to, not the least of which, nice job by Jason Marquis getting deep in the ballgame.
It was essential for him to get deep in the ballgame. He's doing a nice job being efficient with his pitches. I think the slider and the changeup are his key pitches today. He's being more aggressive, and he has to in the zone, and he's down in the zone.
Also coming up in the postgame show, we're going to tell you a little bit about Jason's family, which had a near tragedy in spring training. A very personal story from the Marquis. That's coming up in the postgame show. And Mark Sweeney will talk about how the Padres were able to lower their sights, and it's led to more offense today. You'll also hear from the manager, Buddy Black. So we'll see you in just a few minutes after the first out, or rather the last out of this ball game, guys.
All right, Mike and Mark will be along. 5-2 Padres here as we go to the 7th inning. Ike Davis, then Daniel Murphy and Jason Bay for the Mets. First pitch strike from Marquis to Davis, who has flied to center, and he hit that hot shot right back to the mound that somehow Marquis got a glove on and threw him out in the 5th inning.
There's that changeup that Mark Sweeney was just talking about. Ike Davis not biting at it, but I'll tell you what, Jason Marquis doing exactly what Bud Black wanted, taking him into the 7th inning, hopefully farther. 78th pitch coming right here.
Pulled foul. This is a very significant day in sportscasting baseball history, because on this date, August 5th, 1921, KDKA in Pittsburgh had the courage to broadcast the first Major League Baseball game, the very first in 1921. And Harold Arlen was the announcer. He wasn't a professional broadcaster. And Steve Arlen, if that sounds familiar, a former Padre pitcher, was related to Harold Arlen, the first to broadcast a Major League game.
Yeah, Dr. Steve Arlen, now a dentist. Not only good with the sinker and slider, but also with the root canal. In fact, Dr. Steve Arlen threw a one-hitter back at July 18th, 1972 against the Phillies.
I wonder what the catcher's signal was for root canal.
Drill him. Just drill him.
Oh, that's good. Pull down the right field line. That may be deep enough. It's in the corner and rattles off the Petco Parks. A throw by Venable is not in time, and Davis with a leadoff double. Just reached out. He didn't have the full swing and reached out and had enough power, strength to be able to muscle that into the corner.
Luckily, this ball was to the left of the short box in right field.
Change up, Tony.
And he's out in front of it, but still, they would get enough of the barrel on the ball. And
well, you're right. If he hooks that down in the Petco porch,
that ball would have been out.
Yep.
Dale Thayer starts to throw in the Padre pen as Daniel Murphy comes up. He sent a deep out to center, and a good play made by Cabrera, who ranged on the second base side of the bag to throw him out the last time up. Strike one. Marquis has now thrown only 81 pitches. It's been a very efficient effort for this 34-year-old right-hander.
Did you see what Jason just did there? After he got the ball, he motioned with his hand like he was pushing the changeup rather than throwing it.
Fly ball to right. Venable has to gallop into the gap, makes the catch, tagging, and here comes the throw to third, and it won't be in time. Advancing is Davis, one away.
Here's what we were talking about, the previous pitch on the after the changeup. Okay, now watch Jason. He'll get it back, and he says to himself, "You know what? I pushed that one. I got to get up on top and throw it."
Very good. Here comes Bud Black, and with Jason Bay stepping up and a runner at third, one out, it looks as if Jason Marquis' afternoon is finished. But he gave Black and the Padres exactly what they wanted. Got them into the seventh inning, and you can see it's an appreciative skipper that's talking to Marquis.
And Jason Marquis will pat John Baker on the chest. Nice job.
And Marquis, deservedly, the veteran, another good outing for him. Gets a nice hand as he leaves the field. In comes Dale Thayer.
Greatest statue ever in all of Major League Baseball, in my opinion. 5-2 Padres over the Mets. Social Media Tuesday is around the corner, folks. Fox Sports San Diego wants you to log on and share your thoughts during the Padres game. Get the conversation started on Facebook and Twitter. Plus, your questions may be answered on air. Like, follow, and log on Tuesday during the game right here on Fox Sports San Diego. Dick?
All right, thank you, Mark. Here's Dale Thayer to pitch. Jason Marquis, 6th and 3rd innings, charged with a couple of runs on the 2-run home run. The one walk became one of the runs, just as Matt Harvey walked only one, and it became a run. Sinker low, ball 1. Thayer making his 39th appearance, trying to keep the runner at third with 1 out. Right there, Mike Davis. Now that's not going to happen. A high fly ball that should be deep enough. Maven's calling, and he's got the running start on the throw. Here it comes to the plate. Not in time. Davis able to score on the sacrifice fly by Jason Bay. Bay's 11th RBI. It's a 2-run game, 5-3. Charge the run to Marquis. You can close the book on Jason. 6 and 1/3, 3 runs all earned, 5 hits, 1 walk, and 5 strikeouts.
I think Cameron did everything he could possibly on that one. Positioned himself, get the good momentum going towards the infield.
There was a communication. He called off Quentin on that, but ball's deep enough to get Davis home.
So 2 outs to Mike Baxter, who walked 5 times last night. He's walked once today, the only walk for the Mets, and that became a run as he scored on pinch hitter Cedeno's home run. Former Padre property. 1-1.
Well, these Mets hitters are going to have to turn up the dial because Dale Thayer's got that fastball about 95, 96 at times. Good slider out of the hand of Thayer.
Watch out. Line drive back into the seats. Baxter was a 4th-round pick of the Padres 7 drafts ago. Out of Archbishop Molloy High School in Queens, New York, right near the ballpark the Mets call home. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him with a high heat. That's it for the Mets in the 7th. They add a run. It's 5-3. Fans stretch for the ceremonies in the 7th inning stretch. God bless America. And then take me out to the ball game, and we'll stay here for God Bless America. On this, the U.S. Coast Guard Appreciation Day, Petty Officer Mike Gallagher, he's sung here before at Petco Park, and he has the microphone, and we'll enjoy his fine voice. God bless America.
Aids to Navigation Team San Diego, please sing along as he presents God Bless America.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home sweet home. God bless America, my home sweet home.
Petty Officer Mike Gallagher. And now let's all sing Take Me Out to the Ball Game.
And last of the 7th inning, Mike Pomerantz, the old left-hander out there, showing you his form and one of the brilliant minor league careers that no one wants to ever talk about.
Yeah,
he knows.
Left-hander's got the good form working.
Yeah, he knows we're talking about him. Don't mess up that hair now. Ramon Ramirez makes his 38th appearance for the Mets this year. In the bottom of the 7th, the Mets just chewing away at that 5-0 lead. It's now 5-3. Everett Cabrera, and there's former Padre Scott Hairston enters the game in left field. He'll bat 9th in the order. Just a little low. Cabrera has doubled and scored. Tried to bunt his way on, thrown out by the pitcher and struck out. 1 for 3. Two and one with Headley and Quentin to follow in the Padres 7th inning. Two and two. The good news for the Padres, they've got 5 runs on 8 hits, most of those extra base hits including a pair of 2-run homers by Headley and Alonso. The bad news is in 2 innings they've had a man at third with no one out and couldn't get him home. That's out. That one goes way back into the lower tier.
A little late on the fastball from Ramirez. Also throws a slider and a changeup. Yeah, tries to get the most out of that delivery. Kind of a max effort guy, Ramirez, coming right at you.
High hopper to Davis, the flip to Ramirez, and it's just in time. One away.
Well, that's one of those plays, Tony, and I know we mentioned it earlier, but in the instructions where if the pitcher's not there, I guarantee you there's a good chance Cabrera beats Ramirez to the bag. Or I'm not sorry, not Ramirez, Davis to the bag. That's why it's so important. Whenever that ball's hit, you got to commit over to first base.
Yep.
Headley got the Padres started today on the right foot after Cabrera doubled in the first inning. Headley homered to the top of the auxiliary scoreboard in right field, his 15th of the season. He walked and scored in the 3rd, came in on Quentin's double and sent a hard ground ball, but right to Davis, who made a good play, took it out of the hole last time up. Quentin now on deck. Headley takes the count to 2-0. Headley's now hit the 60 RBI mark on the year. Changed on him, and Headley out in front, 2-1.
The Mets guys, all 3 of the guys that's thrown today have worked from the first base side of the rubber.
And a high strike, 2-2.
Looks like Ramirez is a little different than that, Tony. More towards the third base? Or does he slide over toward?
No, you're right, yeah.
Kind of middle?
Well, Harvey did and Acosta did. Both of those guys worked exclusively on the first base side of the rubber. See, when he steps on the rubber, he kind of comes over to first base side, but you're right, Mark, it's more in the middle. But all day today.
High fly ball to right field. Baxter and the center fielder Valdespin. It's Baxter.
All day today, they've gotten the fastball counts and have thrown all speed stuff. And in one inning where they didn't, Headley hit the home run. Quentin doubled in Headley, and then the home run by Alonso.
2 outs, bases empty to clean up hitter Carlos Quentin. Struck out. Get a double into right center field to drive home Headley in the 3rd and bounce to 3rd. As expected, the bullpen busy with Luke Gregerson now throwing, the 8th inning specialist, and we'd expect if things stay as they are now, the Houston Street will work the 9th. although he's played basically about half the season with the injury and the knee surgery. Nevertheless, he's been hit by 11 pitches, Quentin. And that's the most by a Padre in a full season. Kevin Kuzminov was hit 9 times 3 years ago.
They're not a category I think I want to lead the team in.
I'll pass that on to you.
Yeah, I'll let somebody else handle that one.
3-1. Well, you've seen that Quentin's not afraid of any contact, whether it's from the guy on the mound or in a collision at home plate. And he's the biggest man in that locker room for the Padres at 6'2" and 235. Challenged him with a changeup. 86 on a changeup.
And again, that's, you get to these fastball hitting counts, this is what they like to do. They like to throw you the breaking ball, throw you the changeup.
And if you can throw that for a strike or around the zone, it's going to be a money pitch in a fastball count. He might throw it again here.
That ball hit well to left field. Back goes Hairston. Quentin will touch them all. Number 11 for Carlos Quentin, and the Padres add the run. It's 6-3.
Now Tony, a full count, tries to challenge him with a fastball. He wanted it down and away, and it leaks down and in, and he can crush that pitch.
Yep, he tried to sneak a fastball in there. Carlos Quentin was right on it. See you later.
6-3 now the score. The third home run for the Padres today. 2-run shots by Headley and Alonso, and now the solo by Quentin. Ground ball off the bat of Alonso deep to second. Innings over, but the Padres add a run on Quentin's 11th home run of the season. We go to the 8th. It's 6-3. Here at Petco today, the Padres brought the home run swing. Headley in the first inning, a 2-run shot, 2-0. And then they add a run with a double by Quentin with Headley aboard, 3-0. And that was followed by Yonder Alonso, who clubbed a long, high home run to straightaway center to make it 5-0. The Mets came back. Pinch hitter Ronnie Cedeno, a 2-run shot. They added another to make it 5-3, and then Carlos Quentin hit his home run almost in the same spot as Cedeno's, number 11. And it's a 6-3 game. Josh Thule will lead off the 8th inning against relief pitcher Luke Gregerson. Gregerson, the busiest of the Padre hurlers, making his 52nd appearance. Thule batting for fellow catcher Rob Johnson. Then it'll be Scott Hairston hitting 9th, and the top of the order Tejada. Amarista moves from second to left, and Logan Forsythe comes in to play second base for the Padres. Strike. Strike 2. Thole 0-2. Fly ball shallow in center. That's going to be a tough play for Maben. No, he's able to run it down. 1 away. Scott Hairston steps up for the first time. Came into the game in the double switch an inning ago. Hairston's had a productive season for the Mets. Hitting .267, 14 home runs.
Always a good guy to have in a ball club, no doubt. Start him here and there. Big clutch hits off the bench at times.
He takes strike 1.
Through the years, he gets some real big hits for the Padres coming off the bench, hitting.
And he's a guy you know what you're going to you know what you're going to get when you have Scott Hairston on your club.
Yeah, the two Hairston, Scott and Jerry, were key to the success of the Padres 2 years ago.
You talk about a couple of brothers, opposite ends of the spectrum, too, huh? I mean, both of them a lot of fun, but Scott more reserved. Jerry, not afraid to let you know what he's thinking.
Exactly.
There's Jerry up with the Dodgers now. Back by the mound, charged by Cabrera. Tough play, spins, and just does get him. Good play by Cabrera. He's covering a lot of infield here this afternoon.
Again, this time Cabrera coming across the infield, getting in position to make a strong throw. Of course, he's got a strong arm.
Oh.
That's a do or die.
Yeah, and Scott Hairston can still run a little bit now. But what in the Mikhail Baryshnikov is going on out there? Nicely done. That was beautiful.
I think as he came across that fielding that ball, that he was trying not to make contact with second base. He had to figure out a way to get around it, so he spun and turned and made the play.
Tejada, the leadoff man, had a single to start the game, but they're thrown out by Baker trying to steal. He has struck out and fouled out to first since then. So a couple of quick outs by Luke Gregerson. In the 8th inning. Going to the fastball.
I don't think Luke Gregerson throws anything that's straight. Sinker, slider. I mean, obviously, it's a good thing. Another sinker.
So the starters today, Jason Marquis, the veteran for the Padres, Matt Harvey, the rookie right-hander of the Mets. Marquis stands to win his 5th game of the year. One ball, 2 strikes. Fly ball, left center, a long run for Maben. And he can't get there. It bounces into the bullpen for a ground rule double. Tejada's second hit.
Just a situation where they were playing him to hit the ball the other way. You see him hang that slider inside, and Tejada's right on it. And maybe it's playing straight up. He's going to run that ball down, but he was shading him towards right center field. Just unable to get to it.
So 6-3 Padres. Here's JORDANY VALDESPIN struck out, popped to second, and singled to right. Maybe it's just the name, but when I see this young man take that little hitch in the swing, I think of Sandy Valdespino, former big leaguer, left-handed hitter, outfielder. That's a good pitch, although Valdespin did not like the call. 0-2.
No, the one slider that Luke Gregerson likes to throw to left-handers is that one down by his back foot. Now, with him ahead 0-2, you might see that pitch. And remember, he can spin on one. We saw him spin on a fastball earlier.
Yep. That was last night. He had 2 runs on the board, and he doubled in 2 more.
See if he goes for that back foot here.
That's where the target is.
Yep.
Got that one up.
Be careful with that slider. When you're going down and in like that, most left-hand hitters like the ball down. It's easy to get the barrel to it, and see that one's up. It just kind of comes over the top. At 0-2 here, you don't want to throw him a strike. You want to see if he'll chase one. Start it in the zone and have it finish out of the zone.
Pounded to first. Alonso there, inning over. To the bottom of the 8th, it'll be Venable, Maven, and Baker for the Padres. Fox Sports San Diego presents Padres Baseball, brought to you by Petco, where the healthy pets go. And welcome back to beautiful Petco Park on a San Diego picture postcard Sunday afternoon. Will Venable, first ball hunting against Ramon Ramirez, fouls it away. Venable, a triple, strikeout, and a fly out to center. Bottom of the 8th, Padres 6, Mets 3. Congratulations from the Olympics to the incredible sibling sisters. Serena and Venus Williams have won the gold. Fly ball center field, charging and making the catch. And that ball is knuckling out to Valdespin. One away. Serena and Venus winning the gold 6-4, 6-4, their third gold medal in doubles. An incredible, you think about all the athletic sisters through the decades, no one close, no one in second place in terms of greatness in a sport.
You mentioned it's their third gold, Dick,
in doubles.
Yeah, how old are they now? They're getting up towards
they're both over 30.
Okay.
But but
still dominant.
Serena with the gold medal in singles. Venus had won the gold in singles earlier, but Serena now is the second woman to win the Golden Slam. She's won all 4 majors and the Olympics. And of course, Steffi Graf is the other, and Graf did it all in 1 year, won all 4 majors and the Olympic gold medal. And Andy Murray. Boy, finally the Brits saw somebody win a championship at the center court Wimbledon as he beat Roger Federer. Cleaned him 6-2, 6-1, 6-4 for the gold medal.
Saw a little bit of that this morning. He was good.
Those guys are unbelievable.
Yeah.
He knocked out Djokovic, and then Djokovic lost the bronze medal to Del Potro of Argentina. 2-2 to Maven. All the way to the screen through the legs of Tole. One out here in the 8th, looking ahead to the 9th inning. David Wright scheduled to lead it off with Davis and Murphy to follow. Houston Street starting to heat up in the bullpen. Ground ball right at the shortstop. Tejada. Throw a little high, but 2 away. John Baker, the catcher, hit all 3 at bats, all to the left side. 2 outs to the left fielder, including a line out the last time, and a single. Baker getting a lot of playing time now with the injury to Yaz Grandal. Grandal saying he's feeling much better. Looks like the 15 days will cover his injury and he'll be back in uniform.
Good, because that oblique injury, that can have a lingering effect. So you better make sure you're 100% coming back from that.
He'll be back in uniform and available to play in uniform and studying his notes even while on the disabled list.
Still gaining some knowledge sitting on that bench every day.
Another base hit for Baker as he pulls one through the hole on the right side. So Baker joins Alonso and Quentin with a pair of hits this afternoon. Total of 10 for the Padres, and that'll bring up Mark Kotsay as a pinch hitter.
2-seamer, middle of the plate. Like the bat toss right there by John Baker. Lines that in the right field for a base hit.
And John's got to feel happy just with the consistent at-bats. I mean, nobody likes to see their teammate get hurt, but he's getting an opportunity now to get some at-bats, bunch together, games in a row. Good for him, getting a couple knocks today.
Kotsay as a pinch hitter is 8 for 29 with a home run. By far the busiest of the Padres in this capacity. And he lines a base hit into the right field corner. Not hit hard, a long run for the right fielder Baxter. Baker pulled, he's going to try to score. Here comes the throw to the plate, and he is safe. Oh my! Baker with a terrific fadeaway slide. Baxter's throw took an extra bounce, and that gave the gambling Baker a chance to score.
Again, Padres going to take a shot at trying to score the run. Baker never hesitated. Here's the pitch. Out over the plate. Kotsay out in front of it. Hooks it down the line. Baxter does a nice job coming up and hitting the cutoff man. Murphy, 2-hop. 2-hop throw to the plate. The second hop, I think, is what allowed Baker to get that front foot in there.
And you know what? A great slide by John Baker, and Ed Hickox was in a great position. That's a great call. You can't get much closer than that. Looked like the glove of Tole just trailing behind the foot of Baker as he crosses home plate.
Kotsay winds up at third on the throw to the plate, and here's Amarista. So every spot in the batting order today, 1 through 9, with a hit except for Amarista, who has fly twice to center, struck out and grounded out. 9 extra base hits for the Padres today. That ties their season high. 3 of them home runs. Good stop.
Saved a run right there with that stop.
So with 2 outs, Baker's single and the pinch double by Kotsay adds to the lead, and it's now 7-3. So if the Padres score Kotsay from third, certainly takes away any save opportunity. Do you think Bud Black changes his mind about who he might use?
He's got Michaelis up in the bullpen now to go along with Houston Street.
Miles Michaelis just called up from Tucson.
I think that run at third is going to be instrumental in that decision.
3-2 now to Amarista. $24,635 here at Petco on this sunny Sunday afternoon. Fouled away, and nice series, 96,000 for the 3 games with the Mets this weekend.
Continue to draw. They're doing quite nicely, I think. Fans are coming out to the ballpark and being very supportive of this team.
Well, they know it's a good time.
Yeah, and the team's playing better.
Ball 4, Amarista's on. Runners at the corners now for the Padres here in the 8th. First walk from Ramirez. And that's going to bring manager Terry Collins out of the dugout. And the native of Midland, Michigan is pointing to the bullpen where Elton Ramirez is throwing. He'll come in to face Everth Cabrera. So with a run in here in the 8th inning and 2 men on, the Padres lead 6-3. We have a break in the action. So the second Ramirez to come in to pitch here in the 8th inning as Ramon Ramirez, replaced by Eldon Ramirez. First and third, Kotsay at third, Amarista at first, and the batter's Cabrera. Fly ball on the first pitch, sends center fielder Valdespin back, but plenty of room out there, and the inning's over. 1 pitch, 1 out. We go to the 9th inning. The Padres with a 4-run lead. but our Carl's Jr. star of the game goes to Jason Marquis. The veteran answered the call. Padres needed a starting pitcher to go deep into the game. He took the Padres into the 7th inning with 1 out, struck out 5, allowed only 3 runs and 5 hits, 1 walk and 5 strikeouts. And it's his game to win. Houston Street now with a 4-run Padre lead. This is not a save situation, but getting in some work. Did get the save on the Friday night win, 3-1.
Well, Jason Marquis, he was a man on a mission this afternoon. He knew exactly what he had to do. And when you challenge Jason Marquis, he has shown over the course of his career he can answer the bell, and he did quite nicely this afternoon.
So Street will face David Wright, Ike Davis, and Daniel Murphy in the Mets' 9th inning. Padres trying to wrap up this win and take the rubber game of the 3-game series and continue their recent winning ways at home. They entered the game 6-2 in the last 8 games at Petco. Wright, going back to the series in New York, is 0 for the last 15 against Padre pitching. That's quite a streak. I'm sure that hasn't happened against any other team for this man. Too good a hitter. Takes it outside, ball 1.
David Wright looking forward to getting out of here, getting back home.
In there.
Dick, I want to thank you personally for introducing me to Houston's dad, James.
Oh, yes.
What a pleasant man. What a great man.
They look a lot alike, built alike. Of course, James Street, the wishbone quarterback, All-America at the University of Texas, and raising his son Houston there in Austin, and is here for the weekend series. Proud to see his son pitch.
Glad I had a chance to meet him.
Yeah. He's all Texan, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
2 balls and a strike the count.
In fact, Mr. Street, Houston's dad, told us that he wore number 16 at Texas.
That was his football number.
That's why Houston wears it. In fact, he's so superstitious. The other night when Houston came to a game, he moved to seat number 16.
That's right. Yeah, he found an empty seat with a number 16 on it. He planted right there. 2-2 to Wright. Struck him out. And Wright says, get me on a plane to New York. Get me to the Apple. I can't get any hits out here.
Houston Street has kind of worked him over here. Let's go for the outside corner. And there he hits it. High fastball. High slider that's called a strike. And then that's just Powder River right there. Fastball right down the middle of the plate.
Probably the hardest fastball. He threw that at bat, saving the best for last. Had a little giddy up on that last pitch.
Ike Davis doubled and scored back in the 7th inning, out on a smash to the mound and a fly to center in his other 2 at bats. Swing and a miss at a changeup. This is the 3rd time all season long the Padres have hit 3 home runs in a game. They did it against the Giants on June 5th, the Rockies on the 20th, the other 2 times. And interestingly, Carlos Quentin a home run in each of those games. Against the Giants, he had 2 and Forsythe the 3rd. Against Colorado, Quentin, Headley, and Grandal. And today, Quentin, Headley, and Alonso. In a game, in home games, those are 3 home runs at a home game. And Marquis has been the beneficiary in 2 of those 3 games.
Well, be sure to stay tuned to Padres Live right after the game. Mike Pomerantz and Mark Sweeney are going to talk about this one. A lot coming up after, so stay tuned.
Street trying to pick that low inside spot. It's 2-2. Ground ball. Alonso hangs in there and takes it to the bag himself for the out. 2 away. Cubs are leading the Dodgers 5-4. Top of the 7th at Dodger Stadium. San Francisco about to sweep Colorado. Ahead 8-2 in the 9th. And as we told you earlier, Philadelphia and Ryan Howard's walk-off single beat Arizona 5-4. Daniel Murphy. Ball one. Murphy is 0 for 3. Long out to center. Good play made at short by Cabrera to throw him out, and he flied to right his last at bat. And Maurice in left field, shaded way over toward the foul line. Maben into left center, so they give Murphy all of right center field. Two and one. Black has to like what he has seen today. On the corner.
Love the backdoor slider from Houston Street.
Struck him out, and the Padres have taken this rubber game 7-3. Sunday, fun day, home run day. Mike Pomerantz.
Great one for sure. 7-3 your final. And when we see in the post-game show, Mark Sweeney said the boys are going to have to lower their sights, try to keep that fastball down when they were hitting. They got a few they liked and put them out of the ballpark. You'll see how they did it. Also, you're going to hear from the manager, Buddy Black. Our instructional today with Tony Gwynn and Mark Sweeney, how to cover first base. We'll see you in the post-game show in moments.